Welcome to the Critical Thinking Project. As our course continues, this is going to be a parallel project where we're going to be taking what we're learning in the units and we're going to apply it to a critical thinking process. For this, we're going to pick a case. Now, there are cases that are assigned to you. You'll have to look in the Critical Thinking Project folder, and there you will see the cases that are available to you. Choose one of them. That's once you choose the case, you'll stay with that case through all of the 7 steps. This used to be a long, one single long paper that was 2,000 words minimum, oftentimes went to 4,000 words, and was supposed to be done in 2 weeks. What we've done is we've broken that down into 7 different steps and 5 different submissions, and we'll be doing one step about every 2 weeks. Once you have chosen your case, here are just a couple of things to think about. First, remember that this is a critical thinking project, not a creative writing project. Critical thinking looks a little bit more like algebra or geometry than it does like creative writing. You're going to go step by step. It's going to seem sometimes repetitive. There are going to be some things that seem obvious to you, but just like your math teacher taught you, put it all down and try to come up with not just a conclusion, but convincing arguments toward the conclusion, meaning tell me what it is you're thinking and why you think this to be the case, not just what you think, so that I can sort of look over your shoulder and follow along with your critical thinking processes. Very important, don't procrastinate. When we get a big project, sometimes we have a fear of getting started, and procrastination is mostly about fear. One of the best ways to overcome that, well, there are actually 2 ways. First, get started. And once you get started, sometimes you'll get a second wind, and you'll know what I mean. You've probably done that before. The second thing you'll want to remember is that break it down into small steps. If you look at the big picture, you'll probably get intimidated. But if you look at the small steps, you can handle that. Even the steps themselves are all broken down into steps. So just begin the process, work it through. Don't fall behind. Every step builds on the step before. If you fall behind, you're going to end up having to make up work, and you're going to find yourself continually more and more behind, and eventually it's going to get harder and harder. Also, don't hesitate to ask for help. If something doesn't quite make sense, please contact me. You'll see the ways to contact me, or go to a student support center. They all know about the critical thinking process for the ethics classes. And let's get the help that you need so you can move forward. Don't hesitate to ask. I look forward to walking through this with you. I think if you do one step at a time and do your best, I think you're going to be very proud of the work that you have at the end when we compile it and put it all together. Finally, if you would like, not only are there instructions, but you can also take a look at the model paper. I've got a model paper there of what a compiled paper might look like if once we put it all together. And it's based on the story of Mike and Kim that we're going to be looking at when we get to chapter 4. Mike and Kim are a young couple that have gotten themselves into debt, and what should they do? And so it's based on that. In any case, thank you so much, and let's get started.